Welcome to Total War Warhammer. I picked up this game on launch despite having been sorely disappointed in Rome 2 when it released, which I only played for 30 minutes the first 2 years of that game's existence, and it turned out to be a bit better later on, but still. But so far, Total War Warhammer has been quite a blast. As you can see, I've been playing quite a number of turns and quite a few hours on this Chaos campaign. And in this playthrough, we won't start at the beginning of the game, we will jump straight into later in the game, because I want to show you the invasion of the Empire. And the goal of this playthrough, I will explicitly state a goal. The goal is to... where is the Empire now? It's somewhere... here, Reichland. Here, Reichland. We will take Reichland. Somehow we'll manage to get through here and take Reichland. And we'll be primarily focused on the battles and try to cut off the fluff, let's just say. But I figured that most of you have either played the game yourselves and thus gone through the beginnings of the various races, or you watch someone else go through the beginnings, so no point in showing us starting up over here. But let me show you around the Chaos faction as it is right now. Here is the leader of the Chaos faction. No, that's not actually the leader of the Chaos faction. This is Dmitry Tsaryov of the Kislev faction. But here we have Archeon the Everchosen. He's a level 30. He has his mighty guard here of Chosen great weapons. Chosen are the... I think there's 3 ranks of different Chaos infantry, starting with the Marauders, moving up into the Chaos Warriors, and then now into the Chosen. So I've upgraded my units here, so this is my most advanced army so far, with a lot of Chosen infantry of various sorts, great weapons, halberds, all the same. Can I move him there? He should be with the rest of the Chosen great weapons, but still. Having some Chaos Knights to cover the flanks. Chaos Giant just to have something big on the field, as well as some Hell Cannons for long-range artillery. As you can see, Chaos doesn't really have much in the terms of missile troops. There's no real archers and stuff like that. There's some Marauder cavalry in the beginning of the game, but that's, skirmish cavalry fighting from the backline. But here's the main army. Archeon started off over here in the Chaos Wastes and have been ransacking here all in Norscap. As you can, I will show you around the world. Here he starts in the Chaos Wastes, over here, and been making my way through all of Norska here, and everything is laid to ruin. I burned it all down, I erased it all, and I've been continuing on doing so in the Northern Oblast and the Eastern Oblast, and trying to do the same here in the Southern Oblast, and to do the same to Ostland. But here's the second army. At a certain point, I kind of spawned off and made a second army, which is led here with Azazel the Looter leading it. He's a wizard. He has quite some spells, but most of the time, most of the points here, you can when you characters level up, you put just skill points into various skills. He's a death sorcerer, so I haven't really found too much use for him. So I've mostly been doing leadership stuff in general for him. So my units will be better with better melee attack for chosen units and so on. And Hearts of Iron here, so he can march around quite a bit without taking too much of a penalty. The same thing is mostly true for Archeon. So Archeon, if he would ever to be in a battle, he would be quite disappointing. I've done a lot of fire spells here, so he's a potent sorcerer. But over here is a tree for, I suppose, developing him as a fighter himself, and he's disappointing in that regard. He's also pretty good here with a leadership. He's very advanced in all kinds of ways here. This I regret putting any points in, because I used to have chariots, but I don't anymore. Anyway, so that's Archeon the Everchosen, and last but not but by all means least, I mean, is Thraltras Hellreek, who is the newest leader. I mean, this army was spawned over here in the Tower of Kruk, and it was supposed to be not the vanguard, because I know the vanguard is in the front of the lines, but I mean the kind of anti-vanguard, I suppose, trying to keep stragglers from retaking these settlements over here. And I chose Sigvald the Magnificent to be the leader here. But this army has been like a moth to, has been like a flame to the moths, drawing all these enemy agents to them, doing this spamming of various, killing my units, trying to assassinate my leaders. So it's had like 5-6 leaders or something that's rotating between being assassinated or wounded and everything in between. So this one has had quite a lot of troubles. Oh, I forgot to mention, in Azazel the Looter, we also have Karn the Scorchborn. He has had so many renames. He has had, like, he's always been named Karn, but he has had so many titles, I suppose. So every time I look at him, he's had a new title. But currently, at least, he is called the Scourgeborn. He is he's my main melee leader. Everything is put into being an awesome fighter. So he can do quite a lot of damage to enemy heroes and to enemy units as well. He also flies on a freaking manticore, so he's flying in the air. He's awesome, I love him. I love you, Karn, I love you. And here's Tamar Rune Smasher, who is a sorcerer of metal. And yeah, I haven't had too much use for him either, even though some of this, like Searing Doom, is quite fun. But otherwise he's mostly been superfluous, I suppose, at least leading in the army. But he enhances Azazel the Looter's army, which also consists mostly of Chosen, and for Eltras is only Chaos Warriors, because this is the least advanced army. It doesn't have much at all. So the way Chaos works is that you don't have any settlements, as you can see. I haven't taken any settlements. I've razed them down, plundered them for money. Instead you have these hordes that walk around. I've been told it's quite similar to how Attila worked in, or the Huns worked in the Attila game, but I never played Attila game, so I can't say for sure. So in this army you build when you enter into encamp mode. Then you can build units and you can upgrade your buildings, or your horde buildings, which will allow you to build more things. And this, of course, Archeon the Everchosen is the most advanced in that regard. Azazel the Looter is not too far behind himself. And the economy, you have favor with the dark gods, or whatever to call them, or chaos gods. And the favor is gotten from fighting battles, winning battles of course, racing down, no, not actually racing down, but plundering enemy cities and stuff like that. So I lose quite a lot of money every turn due to army upkeep. But I have some saved up here from burning down Volksgrad, Prague, Fort Ostrosk, and so on. This is actually the second time I'm in Erengrad taking it down. Archeon did it himself way in the past, but these damn Ostland creatures keep fighting back for some reason. And the plan, as I mentioned before, is to go to Reichland, to the Empire, to burn Altdorf down to the ground. But first we need to get through Ostland and Kislev over here. Kislev and Ostermark, I suppose. I'm quite intimidated by Middelland. I've actually plundered Salzermund and Dietershafen, both in the past, but they've recaptured them, which I'm not a big fan of. So I kind of need to send Azazel the Looter when he has the time. He's currently recuperating from a battle. Norden here has had quite a, how should we call it, quite a history. Was originally a Nordland settlement, since, it's called Norden, but after, whatever. I burned it down, and when I was doing things here in Salzermund and Dietershafen, I noticed that it was retaken by someone, but there's no way any humans could reach there. I mean, I've keeping them all occupied. And it turns out that the freaking vampire counts had taken it. Under Caspar von Karstein and other such fellows. So of course I had to take them down. As for assault, they sent 3 full armies of vampire units, whatever, to Archeon the Everchosen. So I'm at a bit of an impasse at the moment. Because I'm trying to take out Kislev over here, but they have, a lot of units protecting it. It's a capital of Kislev. Of course they have a lot of units protecting it. Too many for Archeon to just take down himself. So I've been having to siege it down to try to limit the amount of troops defending it, which is very close to running out of supplies. However, the risk of being destroyed by these vampire counts is of course ever present, since they have 3 damn armies that just kind of charge down. I mean, they ignored everything here. Here's the capital of Ostermark, they ignored that. They went straight from Essen up here to kind of mess with me, I suppose, retaliation, which I'm not a big fan of. But I mean, let's continue on. This playthrough will be quite cutty. I will try to show you battles and the important stuff and try to cut off the fluff as much as possible, because if I'm going to show you all the turns and everything in between, that can take a while. So I think the next battle will either be against the Vampire Counts or against Kislev, but let's continue on and see what happens the next turn here. Greenskins, the Vampire Counts, what will they do? Will they attack me? They are hiding. Not what I expected them to do. No, don't you dare retake that. It's not allowed. Also, how about we increase the character movement speed? Ambusher discovered, Manfred von Karstein. Oh, Baradon Geldai, the previous leader of that. Kislev, the gods look upon the hordes and are pleased, such is the capricious nature of chaos. Oh. Interesting. But I kind of need to take Kislev soon as well, because my money is running out quite rapidly. If I try to attack, will the Vampire Count be called into him? I think the food situation should be dire for them, and they're going to lose like half the units next turn. So I will wait. I need to wait for that. Over here in Eringrad, how is the siege going? The siege here will take quite a while. I think Azazel the Looter is kind of needed to go into march mode. Kind of ignore that army because it's useless, and take Salzenmund. It's quite a big army, and end the turn. There's not a lot for Chaos to do in between turns. If you know, you move the armies, you research some technology or whatever to call it. It's not really technology; it's more like favor to the gods. Oh, great! They're going to do all these things with the agents. Come on, I don't need to see all that. Actually, I think I'm going to set movement for them. Hostile hero activity failed. Yeah, of course it is. And attack Salzenmund. Oh no. Okay, let's do one of them, and I think this will be a battle that will be auto-resolved because it's useless, pointless, and doesn't really matter. Here, they still have the failed. It's not too big of an army. If I were to attack, the balance of power is not in my favor because they have a lot of different specialists here, heroes that help out. So let's continue the siege. For some reason, the AI is pretty stupid. They won't go outside to fight me. They will kind of just stay in there and wait for whatever reason. Next turn, that will be halved again. I mean, when the supplies run out for the garrisons, it runs out fast. So I think I'll just wait for the next turn again. The Vampire Count seem to not do anything at all. And hopefully they can continue not doing anything at all. Because they also take punishment. But the Vampire Counts lose units if they are in the land of the living. So they kind of need to go in, do what they need to do, and then get out, or, you know, stay there. See, like how many things that happen. Hero activity versus armies. So goddamn many.
Even Nagash had limits.
But they don't really lose that many. Like 3 soldier per unit each. That's not a lot. So if I were to attack Kislev now, what would the balance of power be? I think I'll actually wait one more turn. I might take that battle on my own just because it's a quite important battle. A battle of Kislev. Troll country. No, let's just continue on there. And I think this battle can be done now. There we go. That's not a lot, so I will raise it. They will not be allowed to take these settlements. I think they should learn that. Dietersaffen will face the same end. Oh, they had additional points. They leveled up. At least Karn here leveled up. So, since he leveled up and he's had... He could get Deadly Blade here for more melee attack. Hard to hit for more melee defense, but... Blade Shield. No, Deadly Onslaught. Deadly Onslaught sounds fun. Let's do that. And I forgot Tamar Rune Smasher, my trusted ally over here. It's good. He's pretty done with his line of things here, so maybe at least go Adept here. I don't know what to do. I'm pretty sure that line is mostly for when he is outside of the armies. Because the heroes can operate like agents, you know, the spies and whatever else, the champions of previous games. but they can also embed themselves with different armies and help out on the battlefield. Assassinate successful. Has wounded Feltras Hildrick. See what I mean? This happens all the time. Luckily, Prince Sigvald the Magnificent, which I mentioned before, is now ready for being reinstated in this army. And he's a bit higher level. So he can continue on here. But they continue to do that all the time. So now, if I try to attack Kislev, what is it looking like? Okay, so let's take that battle on the battlefield. It will be a pushover, but let's do it. So here we are at the Battle of Kislev, the mighty capital of the Kislevs. Look at this. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome capital. Unfortunately, the Chaos does not deal with settlements. They don't have settlements, and I won't get the city for my own, but at least I can plunder it for glorious booty. So let's start and make the Chaos Gods happy. Okay, so start the battle. Deployment is fine. Let's just put everything here. Wait, did it already get hit? That's not very good. And do something like that. I do have these hell cannons over here, firing upon the enemy. Hopefully taking some out. This is a pretty wide wall. Pretty wide. Let's say, what do they have? I think they have some artillery. I think these empires always start with mortars of various kinds. So maybe that's what they have here as well. Maybe that's what's killing my troops, or at least trying to kill my troops. So speed up the time. Oh god, don't hit your own. God damn it, stop with the firing.
Troops to capture the enemy defenses, Commander.
Stop
They
firing.
can be returned to our service.
We will. Don't worry, advisor. We will capture it. I mean, I played over 200 turns of it. I don't even know why I have the advisor still on. Come on, Chosen. Kill the handgunners. For chaos, for the chaos gods, blood for the blood god and whatnot. I found one thing interesting. They always say things like death to the mortals and, you know, other things of that nature, which works fine when you're fighting against, you know, the Empire and whatnot. But when I was fighting the vampire counts and I ordered them to charge into a line of skeletons, and they still said death to the mortals, you know, I started questioning my own troops' intelligence, I've got to be honest. But I think, you know, I can't expect too much from the chaos, I suppose. But at least they are being murdered here. The enemy is getting murdered, not my troops, of course. That one is getting a lot of punishment from whatever it is. So let's get up here. Just climb. Now the chaos are marching. Go, chaos soldiers. I mean, I guess chosen soldiers. Look at their shields and their weapons. Ah, badass. I like the ones with the light shields. With the fire thing coming out. I want one of those. By all means, give me one of those. I don't have... Oh, I do have some cavalry. So I need to take the gates here. Which is what I'm hoping these units would do, or will do. It's outright grenade launchers. Why can't I have grenade launchers too? This kind of makes me want to play the Empire a bit. Because, I mean, they have grenade launchers of all kinds. Oh. I guess now they don't have grenade launchers anymore. So can we take this gate now? Is it possible? Controlled by Kislev? Where do I control the gate? Is it here? I thought it was in this square here, which you started taking... Oh, wait, I'm starting to take it over. That's fine. That is fine. Okay, so now, when you've killed everyone, just charge down and kill the rest. The thing is, I need to preserve as many troops as I can, since I have a vampire counts to kill afterwards. So when the gate is done, I think the gate is taken now, so my Chaos Knights can charge through. They look awesome too. The horse with the fiery hoofs. The weapons that are glowing. The skulls on you know, the shoulders and whatnot. I gotta say though, Total War merged with fantasy Pretty darn awesome. I would love an official, you know, Lord of the Rings games. I know there's a mod for Medieval 2, which I played a long time ago. The problem with Medieval 2, I tried to play it recently. I loved the game when it was released, and I played a lot of it, but the camera is not as smooth and as, you know, in this game, the camera doesn't automatically go like this when you scroll down. But in previous games, when you are like this and you scroll down, the camera would automatically go up like this, which was really annoying. It was cumbersome to control the camera. And I'm happy that it's not as cumbersome in this game. So continue on. This is such a minor battle, it's not barely even worth playing on its own, but some Outriders, they are broken. Here are Empire Knights. They will be killed by the glorious Chaos Knights. Just try to take out the mortars. The mortars are doing a lot of damage. Oh god damn it, they landed right in the smack middle of it. For Nurgle. I think the enemy are starting to shatter. Yeah, shattered. Victory has been achieved. That was quite easy. Decisive victory.